Hello, where is down, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So today we got, what do Europeans think about American life? New York Times opinion. Should be fun. I feel like they're gonna be pretty accurate. I don't know. Well, I don't know exactly what this video is, what it is. Obviously, I haven't watched it yet, but I guess maybe New York Times people is gonna be like feeding these Europeans some American food and stuff like that, and then we're gonna get their I don't know. Let's just see. Sometimes it's good to have an outside perspective on life.
I love American optimism.
They have a pretty nice
Thank you.
flag.
They have a pretty nice flag.
American
Okay, thank
optimism.
you.
They have a pretty nice flag.
I think so too, you know. Like legitimately, it looks pretty good. I like the UK flag too a lot.
Are you joking?
What did that say? Sorry.
They have a pretty
failing
nice
here.
flag.
So we asked some Europeans to judge how Americans live. You don't know how I live. Are you joking?
That is actually shocking.
I'm gonna turn off the subtitles because when they're on, I can't help but look at them. But I don't need them here. It didn't go well.
That's nothing you would ever see in Britain. That would cause you know, riots. In the US, a large drink in McDonald's is 77% bigger than in Europe. That's disgusting.
Wow.
Okay, but how many refills are you getting? Are the refills free there at McDonald's? How many refills are you getting? Also, you don't have to buy the large. Although McDonald's, you know, you happen to pick the one fast food chain where the large cup is the same price as the small cup, unless you're getting a combo, okay? But if you're just going in to buy a drink, you might as well get a large. It's the same price. Unless it doesn't fit in your cup holder or something. I'm trying to think of why you wouldn't get the large. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Like, I don't understand the business. It's very interesting. I mean, we could go into detail about that. I'm going to withhold, you know, about how, like, the cost of the cup is actually, the cost of the ice is actually more expensive than the soda itself to the business because it's all so cheap. Wow. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. But my point was, how many refills are you getting? 77% more? What are they doing? Yeah, it's bigger. It's going to overflow. How are you going to be surprised by that?
Diabetes to go.
It's diabetes. Well, you don't have to get like sugary stuff. You can get Diet Coke, which a lot of people be drinking Diet Coke, you know? A lot of people are drinking the sugary Coke too. I like the Diet Coke, or not, I like Coke Zero. Anyway, obesity rates among American adults are more than double those in Europe. Is that true? Percent of obese Americans. I'm not going to bother with the adults. Okay, it says 40% of American adults, Europeans. Okay, well, 36% of you be pre-obese, but okay, let's see. So, okay, that's true. A lot of fatties here in America, I guess. We all knew that. Obesity, yeah. Okay, I already read that.
Many common
Hey,
US food.
I'm not obese though. Do I look obese? See, I take personal. I don't know. Like, this is supposed to be about how Americans live. I'm an American. I'm not obese.
Ingredients are banned in the EU.
What?
Many common US food ingredients are banned in the EU. Whoa.
That's a little sketchy.
Carbon.
The American diet.
Banned in Europe because it may cause cancer.
What doesn't cause cancer though, yo?
Cancer brownies.
I mean, okay. Am I really gonna do this? Like, do more people in America get cancer than Europe? Because I guess, you know, that's the question we're all getting at. Oh, the survival rate's higher here. Ha! But this says rare cancers. I don't know. Some rare cancers are higher, and maybe that's from the calcium carbonate. Could be.
So cute.
We have a baby.
Yes.
How
Fancy brownies.
Family.
So cute.
We have a baby.
Yes.
How long do you get for parental leave in your country?
The mother gets 410 days.
The fathers as well. There's a paternal leave that is, I think, it's about 9 weeks.
410 days? Like a year and some change? All EU countries guarantee 14 weeks. Some cover paternal leave. Okay, so at least we're all a little bit behind in that category. But dang. It might be now.
Okay. The number of paid days of maternity leave guaranteed by law in the US.
0?
Let's see.
Wow.
It's nothing. Like, I was right. It's literally like, you want to have a kid? Well, you're on your own now.
Well, you
I mean, that is true for a lot of families and stuff. That's definitely true, you know. But if you do have like a job, typically either a higher paying job or a job like at a like if you're like a nurse or something, then or for a business, I guess what I'm trying to say is maybe your job doesn't pay super high, although nurses get paid pretty good. But the business you work for makes a lot of money. You know, it all depends. The benefits you get at a different job all depends. But a lot of people do be getting maternal leave. Now, they might have to, like, it might not be their full pay, and they might have to take it out of their sick leave and weird stuff like that, FMLA type business. I don't really know what I'm talking about, but my point is most people are getting maternity leave. Now, paternal leave, not so much.
de-incentivize people from having kids like that.
You disincentivize poor people from having kids, because if you're rich, you can obviously
Afford
yeah.
it.
You are graduated.
Oh, thank you. These are the annual fees at major US universities.
Massachusetts
Ridiculous.
Institute of Technology, MIT, $51,832
Per year.
A year.
I mean, honestly, that is a bit disgusting from a first world nation.
It would be disgusting from any world nation. I say, but yeah, I agree. It's pretty outrageous. It's sort of like a price gouging type deal. You know, as more education goes online, that issue is it'll become less of an issue because there's a sort of pseudo monopoly, or not monopoly, but you know, like there's only so many colleges and certainly only so many options you have to go to college. So then again, if you want, you can. There's always going to be like a cheap option. To be fair, I'm trying to be fair. In my opinion, the tuitions are outrageous. Most people, almost nobody's paying full tuition, though. By the way, that at the super high schools. But yeah.
I pay 18 euros per semester.
18 euros.
A woman's leg got stuck in the gap between the train and the platform.
She begged no one call an ambulance.
It's $3,000 she wailed. I can't afford that.
Coming from the Bulgaria,
pretty much
which is
true.
the,
It's pretty freaking
poorest
sad.
EU member state, I've never heard about this.
In 2015, medical bills led to 1 million adults declaring bankruptcy.
My dad is diabetic, and
And for everyone that doesn't declare bankruptcy, there's probably 10 that basically get their whole life flipped upside down financially in order to avoid bankruptcy.
it's really good care in Belgium, and we don't pay a penny to it. It's
Pretty
completely
upsetting.
free.
What surprises me is that people are not rioting on the streets, to be honest.
I know.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I guess it's because that's all anybody knows here, first of all. Second of all, while it is a huge issue, it also does not affect most people. I mean, everybody's getting, I'm trying not to say a bad word, but everybody is getting, you know, yeah, they're getting screwed over, basically, in some kind of way, medically in America, because even insurance is super expensive. But like, even if you get it through an employer, you're getting a bunch of money taken out. But then again, I mean, it's similar to the taxes that are taken out at a higher rate in Europe, except, you know, here it's for profit. So a lot of what we pay is just goes into people's pockets. Whereas if it was through the government, in theory, it would not be lining people's pockets. I'm sure there's still a lot of corruption and stuff that happens to where people manage to squeeze dollars out of the system into their own pockets and stuff. But yeah, I don't know.
That conversation.
Pastimes.
This is a toy. AR-15.
An AR-15
We just immediately go to guns.
rifle was used in the San Bernardino shooting that killed 14 people.
The Orlando nightclub shooting.
Okay, come on. When you think of American pastimes, it's not school shootings. That's not like an... like, that's a little bit silly. It's a little silly. Why was this section called pastimes? Pastimes is like, I don't know, baseball. I like to play disc golf. Tennis, you know. Stuff like this, sports, you know, these kind of pastimes, games, you know, video games, Netflix. A lot of people do those kind of things to pass the time. Some people shoot people. Yeah, it's true.
49 people.
The 2017
It's definitely a problem.
Las Vegas shooting that killed 58 people.
What? I don't know. There's something a little bit cringe here about how it's like these toy guns on the desk. They have this like somber music and they're like talking about these actually super tragic events, but then they have these like toy guns. This is a toy replication made of plastic that we got at Walmart that looks kind of like the gun used in this shooting. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I mean, there's just a lot more guns here.
Washington, D.C. actually
Sad.
banned handguns, but the ban was overturned in 2008 by the U.S. Supreme Court.
Whoa, overturned. So somebody had the
Somebody
common
thought
sense to ban this, and then they were like, you know what? No.
No, we need guns.
Well, it's in our Constitution. Are they aware that we have a Constitution, Second Amendment? I mean, whether or not it still applies, like how it was intended back then, and how the technology of firearms has obviously gotten a lot more sophisticated and stuff since the Constitution was written. It's not easy to overturn or like change the Constitution, like amend the Constitution. And the Supreme Court does not make laws. They overturned it because they interpret the Constitution a certain way. And it's pretty clear in the Constitution, the Second Amendment, the right to bear arms. So they're not saying, like, that's what it should be. They're just saying, like, that's what the Constitution says is legal, which, I don't know. I think it's super complicated. I don't have, like, I don't know what the answer is. But, yeah, I'm just saying. These people are like, someone overturned it? And it's like, well, yeah, it's kind of their job.
Americans are incredibly friendly and hospitable.
I
Thank
wish
you.
we could be
Thank you.
that sort of happy and optimistic about the future.
And the influence has been huge, and still today.
Whether it's food or music or fashion or art, film.
The younger generation in America is definitely giving me hope about the future of America.
And everyone secretly has an American dream. So, I mean, you know, we can still all resubscribe to that.
In Germany, we don't wave flags.
Yeah, okay. Interesting video. A lot of interesting topics covered. I don't know. I kind of put my 2 cents in where I don't actually have a lot of 2 cents to offer, but just as an American's thoughts, kind of in response to what they're saying. It's kind of how I look at it. You know? We like freedom here in America. If you are free to buy you're free to buy and sell a giant Coke at McDonald's, indeed. I would not recommend buying a Coke and drinking it, though. But you can still do it if you want. Okay. Goodbye. Thank you for watching. And remember, dream.